Hello, random person. Sab Nino here, and welcome to a very special podcast. I'm your host, Sab Nino, and here's my lovely co-hosts, Let's Fail Gaming.
Hello, hello.
And my other recently new co-host, Alpha Prime.
What's up, my Alphalings?
And, here's something I should clarify off the bat. Originally, this podcast was called Pod Commentary, but then after the Sonic podcast, we decided to change our name to 3Geeks Podcast. So, anyone watching who watched the previous podcasts first, and then wondered why the Sonic one had 3Geeks logo, that's because we unofficially rebranded it there, and today is the official rebranding of the podcast, and I am hella excited.
Woo!
Yeah, official rebranding.
Yep. So, today we're gonna be doing, Disney live-action remakes.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Something tells me this is going to be a hot topic.
Indeed.
Well, there's a lot of Disney at Hot Topic.
Puns.
Endurance.
You're a pun master, my good sir.
Well, I guess off the bat, like we usually do, what are your guys' opinions on Disney live-action remakes? Silence.
Honestly, depends on like what's being remade. I mean, the old Disney princess flicks, sure, remake them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm still waiting. Honestly, I'm still waiting to see a live-action remake of Sleeping Beauty.
Isn't that just Maleficent?
Oh, yeah.
I honestly had my reservation.
Well, I don't...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, John.
I honestly had my reservations at Aladdin, but then again, it's pretty good actually.
Yeah, easily my favorite live-action remake so far. Besides, I would say that one and Beauty and the Beast are gotta be my. Or I don't think there's really any that I haven't liked so far. But to answer your question, when it comes to the Maleficent thing, I don't really count that as a Sleeping Beauty live-action remake because that was literally focusing on just Maleficent.
That's fair.
And apparently, I guess it also was good enough for it to get a sequel, being the new one that's coming out. I don't remember when, but Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. I think it's coming out in October or something.
I'm hella hyped for that, but I'll save it to later in the podcast. Anyway, I'm kind of on the same boat. You know, I think it all depends on like what's being remade, cause like for example, even though some of them like ranges in quality, some movies I feel like they're just kind of fixing what isn't broken, or like they feel like they're just remaking it to just kind of make a quick buck, pretty much. But at the same time. But at the same time, though, I'll cut them some slack because, like, they are, like, remaking some films that could be improved upon. But, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, by the time 2030 or something, we'd probably, like, have every single animated Disney movie remade. Or every single movie of Disney remade.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I actually heard a rumor from my mom not too long ago that supposedly, I guess they're wanting to remake, and I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm still hella excited for it. They're supposedly remaking Lilo and Stitch into a live action.
We'll get to that later in the podcast. I decided for this one to like save like the upcoming podcast like around the end. Therefore, we can like get like the ones that are already out like first.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I would just mention that because, like I said, at this point, it's just a rumor.
Okay, I got a list here from Wikipedia of all the live-action remakes done so far.
Yeah, boy.
And, I'm just gonna, go over them and, just kind of list off what we've seen and what we haven't seen and stuff like that.
All right.
And, well, apparently the first live-action remake was, 1994 of The Jungle Book. I don't think anyone's seen that. Have any of you seen the live-action 101 Dalmatian films?
I have seen only one.
I haven't seen any of them.
Honestly, if you ask me, it was pretty much just the. It was basically just the. If you ask me, it was kind of just like more of an origin story of Cruella de Vil or some shit.
Yep. Why she wanted the puppies in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Line her coats.
Yeah, it really wasn't. And I'll tell you this now, it wasn't really all that good. The animated ones were way better.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
Okay, who's seen the 2010 Alice in Wonderland?
Who hasn't? I think it'd be a better question.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I haven't. I know a little bit about it.
So neither of you guys. Wait, Johnny, have you seen the live action Alice in Wonderland?
I have, though. I think it's more of like a sequel rather than anything else.
A faithful remake. I see. That's what I thought too. I thought the same thing too, because because Sab, a little info on this one. It constantly references back to the original, where it tells her about her first adventures to Wonderland. Except it turns out instead of being called Wonderland, it completely gets changed up and it's called Underland for some reason. All I hear that, it makes me think of Undertale, if you ask me.
It's official. Mad Hatter is Sans from Undertale.
Oh my god. Okay, someone whoever watches this, please create a fan art of that. Make it happen.
And I don't know, what if Twiddledee and Tweedledum were just Sans split into two? Just Sans Undertale. Oh, wait.
Oh god.
Oh, wait. Did I say Mad Hatter was Papyrus or Sans? I meant to say Papyrus.
Sans.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Someone in the comments, please make fan art of that. Make it happen.
Do it.
And okay, here's one I'm sure all of us have seen. Maleficent.
Yeah. Best villainess ever. So, yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it's good. I love it.
Oh gosh. I haven't seen it since. Oh gosh. Oh god, it's been quite some time since I've seen it, but I know it was one of my favorite Disney movies. Well, like I said, Maleficent's my favorite Disney villain ever. So yeah, of course I'm gonna.
Yeah. I definitely like how instead of just retelling Sleeping Beauty, how they actually tried something different with it, which I think is one of the one of the strengths of Disney live action, because I like kind of the darker tone it takes, and not to mention the visual effects are gorgeous, and I forgot who plays Maleficent, but
Angelina Jolie.
Oh, Angelina Jolie. Yeah, she does a really good job with the role, though.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like the fairy god. I almost said fairy godparents, but no, the fairy godmothers.
Wrong franchise, dude.
Yep.
Well, I will say I didn't really care for the three fairies in the live action in Maleficent, mainly because one of them, if you guys have ever seen the, I think it was the 5th Harry Potter, one of them is played by the same chick who played Dolores Umbridge.
I'm up to the 4th one, so I haven't seen it.
Trust me, you'll learn to hate her.
Even though I haven't seen the movie, I do recall a couple of the. What are they? Trailers to it, and I do actually recall I do recall seeing Dolores' face, and I'm like, no. No!
Yeah, that's what I said. I said the same.
I don't think I've seen you this angry.
No, it's more so to reference the mood and such that of what I was feeling. No, that person. That person who is the most horrible character ever.
So what?
Not to mention the fairies were much more annoying and had less comedic. And Merryweather, what pissed me off in that one is that Merryweather wasn't the comedic relief. She was a comedic relief in the original. I mean, come on, who can't remember that whole turn into a big old hop toad kind of thing in the original? Come on, that was funny.
Yeah, that's fair.
She wasn't the comedic relief.
I guess does anyone have any like other thoughts on Maleficent before we move on?
I definitely have to say though, I was surprised when it turns out that we weren't seeing Maleficent turn into a dragon. We saw the Raven turn into a dragon.
I'm gonna be honest, I forgot about that part. I really should rewatch it.
Well, and if you ask me, and keep in mind, this may not mean much, but I've only seen like maybe the first couple episodes of Game of Thrones, and I realize this may seem off topic, but trust me, it's going to come back to it. It seems like that crow was. I feel like that crow was the same guy who played the crow was the same guy who plays Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. Even though I know it's not, it just seems like he would play him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see what you mean?
I never seen Game of Thrones, but I could definitely understand the comparison.
It's a good for the first 2 episodes it's a good show, but that was all my thoughts on Maleficent.
Nice. What about you? Let's Phil?
Nope, I'm good. Next.
Okay.
What's the next one on the docket?
Who's seen live action Cinderella?
I actually haven't. The only thing I've ever seen that was close to a live action Cinderella was the Cinderella movie, the Cinderella story movies. I think it had Hilary Duff in it or something.
Is it Enchanted?
Well, the first one had. No, it's not. No, it's definitely not Enchanted because that one's not even. That one's like not really a live action remake of anything. It's just kind of like a hodgepodge, like all of them, like pretty much almost every Disney princess movie in existence. It's got references to Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, so on and so on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
Yet how Giselle is not considered a Disney princess, I'll never know.
Have you seen it, Let's Phil? Have you seen live action Cinderella?
Nope.
Okay. Weirdly enough, I'm the only one who's seen it. I've only seen it once in theaters. But
Really?
Yeah. I'm honestly looking back at it, like at first I liked it, but looking back at it, it was okay. You know, I like how they put like more emphasis on like the supporting roles and how they kind of like develop them. So weirdly enough, Cinderella is actually the least interesting part of the movie.
And that's her namesake movie, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
There is a question I gotta ask you, Sab.
Yeah.
Is how did Helen Bonham Carter play as the fairy godmother? How was she?
I barely remember. I remember her being pretty good.
Whew, good. Because she's one of my favorite actresses, so I had to know.
Though honestly, out of all the remakes, I'm kind of surprised this one didn't end up to be a musical. Cause like throughout the movie, I know Cinderella was like singing this song throughout it. It was like a song from her childhood or something. They did give her like an origin story. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was some sort of origin story. And she was singing this song, something dilly dilly, something dilly dilly. I don't remember the song had dilly dilly in it a lot.
Huh.
It was like, I don't know. It was probably like a nursery rhyme or something. But
you know what? Going off the topic here for just a second.
Yeah.
Has anybody else noticed that when it comes to these live action remakes, they tend to focus on like origin stories and like give more like character development to like villains and stuff? Has anybody else noticed that here recently with these things?
I just noticed that.
I actually have
when you
noticed
said
that.
it.
So I'm not the only one that's noticed that on side characters or the villains.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool. Since like if you're gonna remake something, why not expand upon things?
I agree.
Indeed.
You know, like okay, since I'm the only one who's seen Cinderella, let's move on to live action Jungle Book.
Again, one that I could say I haven't seen, but it's been on my list for a while. It's just
Oh, really?
with my plate being full, it's just I haven't had much of a chance.
It's okay. Johnny, have you seen it?
Bits and pieces of it, but I've been too busy to like actually sit down and watch it all.
All I'm gonna say
I
is
can't-
you should
I can't
definitely
say
check
it-
it out. It's really good.
And if I'm being honest, the only thing I've seen that was probably remotely related to Jungle Book is honestly in the I think it was the 5th volume of Ruby of the show Ruby on from Rooster Teeth. And that was
Yeah.
it had Blake's dad who's supposedly based off of Bagheera from that movie, as well as the head of the evil organization known as the White Fang. I forget what her name was, but she was based off of what was the name? Rakan or some shit like that.
I think
the tiger
it was
from Jungle
like
Book.
Ka or something like that.
No, Ka's the
Khan?
snake.
Yeah.
Ka's the snake.
Oh, oops.
Top, Yura, and
The tiger.
I'm trying to think of his name. I can't.
I can't
neither.
think of it either.
Also, am I the one to find
Yeah.
it? Now, I do know this though. I do know when it came to the live-action Jungle Book, they did replace, instead of Ka being a dude, they changed his gender to being a girl, and they got Scarlett Johansson to play
Yeah.
Ka.
Honestly, it was a little odd, because
Sadistic.
like, we literally go from like Winnie the Pooh and Selfster, I think his name was, in like Alice in Wonderland. We go from Winnie the Pooh to Mindy from the SpongeBob movie, and I don't know, the Porcupine from Sing. So I think that came after this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. Wait, Scarlett Johansson was in Winnie the Pooh?
No. I meant like the original voice of Ka was the original voice of Winnie the Pooh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, now I hear it because I just there was not so long ago I watched a video of top 10 underrated male characters in Disney movies, and Ka was actually one of them. Although, to be honest, it was catchy villain songs, and honestly,
Yeah.
I never was much of a fan of Ka to begin with, so he kind of creeped me out. Although I realized that was probably the point, but still, it still freaked me out.
Honestly, what you said earlier,
It's right to be freaked out by Ka.
like, anyway, to get back what you're saying, just imagine that Scarlett Johansson in a freaking Winnie the Pooh movie. What a weird world we live in.
Oh God.
Well, honestly, I can see if she was in a Winnie the Pooh movie, I can see her playing because even though she goes from being a badass character like in the movie Lucy or hell even
Yeah.
Black Widow from any Marvel flick, which she's getting Black Widow's finally getting some respect and getting her own movie in that, by the way.
Yeah.
But she can't. I have a feeling that she could play a good motherly character, so I would see her playing Kanga.
Huh. Actually, that would kind of fit.
Right?
Yeah.
Plus, as far
Anyway,
as I know, Kanga's the only female character there.
Honestly, I'll get to the Winnie the Pooh topic later on, since there is an upcoming remake for that. But yeah, I think the live action Jungle Book was really good. I like how it's like more action oriented, and how they like not to mention the CG on the animals look really good. I think
Well, that's good news.
like
They look like live animals quite seriously. I
they're
haven't
pretty
seen
much-
Ka. I haven't seen Ka attack or like try to eat Mowgli yet, but in all honesty, I want to see that.
Weirdly enough, I think in this movie, Ka was just kind of a plot device to like explain Mowgli's origin story.
No, really?
Yeah.
So they kind of dulled down Ka's character.
Though with Baloo, weirdly enough, in
Actually,
the
you know
original
what?
movie, Baloo was always
they
kind of like
downplayed
this.
Bagheera's role.
Was kind of like
Dang
this
it.
guy who's like, bare necessities. keep your worries away. But then this movie,
in the movie, I have to ask.
In this movie, the introduction to Baloo is asking Mowgli for payback since apparently in this movie he makes like gadgets and stuff. Well, not like sci-fi or anything, but like jungle-esque gadgets, but like
so like traps.
Yeah, pretty much. And Baloo wants him to just give him like this huge thing of honey, technically risking his life.
Okay, but I gotta ask.
Yeah.
I've gotta ask the most iconic song, "Bare Necessities," in the live-action Jungle Book. I have to ask this.
It is.
Oh, thank God.
Though, yeah, that's in it, and Ooby Doo is in it too.
Oh, thank God.
I think it was played by
the songs from the orangutans.
Yeah, I think it was played by. I think the Monkey King or the Orangutan King was voiced by Christopher Walken in this, or something.
Well, I know. Well, I don't know much about that, but I do know that if I'm not mistaken, Bill Murray actually voiced Baloo.
He does.
That's what I thought.
I'm gonna be honest. The Bare Necessities song fit in pretty well, but Ooby Doo does not.
So it felt off.
It was because none of the movie isn't a musical.
Well, the original wasn't really much of a musical either, to be fair.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But it did have a good amount of songs in it. Like, you know, I remember there was like
it's early Disney. It's early Disney. What do you expect?
Yeah, but like in the live action one, there was only like 2 songs. There's only 2 songs in the movie, and I Want to Be Like You just didn't like fit because like you know, Bare Necessities was pretty good since like you know, it kind of fits in with like the context. You know, it was just kind of a scene of Baloo and Mowgli bonding. Well, like
pretty much what the original movie was setting up anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, with Ooby Doo, just like
what I'm curious about,
like,
Sab, since you've seen it all, is the barbershop quartet?
No, they're not. They're not in it. They're completely scrapped.
They scrapped the vultures?
Vultures are gone?
Yeah, they scrapped the vultures.
Oh, how dare they?
No!
See, comic relief. Another point being made here. They were the comic relief in Jungle Book. Hell, even in its sequel, which, believe it or not, honestly, is one, like I've said this multiple times to multiple people. When it came to Disney sequels, a lot of them, let's face it, they sucked. But some some animated sequels, like let's take besides the Jungle Book, let's take Lilo and Stitch for example, because we had Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch has a glitch. Stitch movie, Stitch has a glitch.
Yeah, I really love that sequel, to be honest.
It was Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch has a glitch, then Stitch the movie, and then we got Leroy and Stitch, which finished off the saga, and it took place after the series finished, which was a great way to tie the series into the canon of the movie.
Yeah, that would be fun.
It felt right, but Jungle Book 2, again, is one of those few sequels that I thought was actually pretty good.
I heard good things about it. Never seen it though. But
it's not bad. It's not bad. But they have Mowgli like go back to his old village, and then he meets, I think it was his sister. I forget. It's been years since I've seen the film.
Ooh.
And it even had like a great way to finish off Rajan, or I forget what the tiger's name was. Oh wait, Rajan. Oh crap! I can't say Shere Khan. That was the one. I was thinking Rajang, but then I realized no, that's not right. That's the tiger from the Sly 2 Band of Thieves. No, that's Raja. Rajang is a character from a video game called Sly 2 Honor Among Thieves. Or no, Band of Thieves. Sorry, I always get the 2 and 3 mixed up.
Oh boy, even when I'm playing games, I'm still failing them.
Puns. At this point, we might as well change the name to this podcast from Disney Live Action to just the 3 Geeks Podcast
Spectacular Disney
pun compilation. Just pun compilation.
But
three
anyway,
Geeks funny moments.
If any fan could actually make a video of all the puns we make, I would very much appreciate it.
Oh yeah, someone comment. Okay, someone
Please.
Seriously, someone figure out how to do that. Please do that.
please, just someone compilate our puns.
Please do the puns.
We gotta have an audience for
Call
these
it
things.
The pun commentary.
Like, I know we have an audience. So, I think, I've pretty much said, what I needed to said on, like, the live-action Jungle Book. Okay, who's seen Alice? Who's seen Alice Through the Looking Glass?
Believe it or not, as much as of Alice in Wonderland, the original, or the 2010 Tim Burton version, I have actually not seen Through the Looking Glass.
Neither have I, actually. No.
But on that same topic, the downside is I heard that one sucked rocks.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was okay, but the story definitely had noticeable problems. Mostly the setup, because literally, the whole reason why the plot's happening is because, oh no, Mad Hatter is sad. And I was like,
ironically,
really?
I think I saw a review. I saw like part of a review. I didn't watch the whole thing, but a Nostalgia Critic on YouTube.
Yeah,
he actually, he went through and actually did a review on that and had his own character loosely based off Alice, except called Mouse and looked more like the Alice from freaking oh god, what was that game? Alice Madness Returns. Like you said, Seb, it basically just is Mad Hatter being sad, trying to go through and figure out why he's sad, just to ultimately fail in the end.
Yeah, not to mention, even though I haven't really seen much of the first film, in this one, I don't think Johnny Depp really did that great of a role. Like, I don't know, like, yeah, since it's a Mad Hatter, he's kind of meant to be cheesy and over the top. But
Duh.
I feel like in this case, it feels almost like something you'd see in, like, the Fairly Odd Parents live-action movies, or, like, Patchy the Pirate from SpongeBob. Instead of, like, something you'd see in, like, I don't know, a live-action Alice. So I thought that was a little off. But
well,
I will
when
say,
you got Tim Burton directing it, and don't get me wrong, Tim Burton does some great work. I mean, look at freaking Night Before Christmas, Frankenweenie, and even Court's Bride. He can obviously make good movies. It's just
oh yeah, Tim Burton's a freaking legend.
Yeah, live action Disney remakes may not be his cup of tea, but I still thought he did. Whereas the 2010 Alice in Wonderland, it supposedly got some really bad reviews, and I think it's because they made it like a Wonderland like so dark. Not like in terms of color, but just like the storyline, how they made it like really dark. I thought he did really good.
Yeah.
I thought freaking Alice in Wonderland was freaking awesome.
I'm gonna be honest, so Through the Looking Glass, I can easily say the best part about the movie is definitely the visuals. Like, I don't think there was like a single point, like visually wise, where I was bored. Like,
dude, let's put it right with that. Tim Burton is basically the Michael Bay of Disney.
Pretty much.
Minus the over exuberant amount of explosion.
Yeah, and not to mention, he knows how to make things appealing.
Oh yeah.
like you know, instead of like weird monstrosities like giant turtles or like the like weird like overcomplicated mechs.
Looking at you, Michael Bay.
Yeah. Apparently, I remember there was like this rumor, like before the trailer of the Dora movie came out, where he worked on that movie, but it turns out that rumor was debunked.
Oh, thank God.
Honestly, I'm a little sad on that because that sounds like an ironically bad, and it honestly sounds like an ironically bad movie.
Okay, I'm gonna say this now. When it comes to the live-action Dora movie that's coming out, whenever the hell it's coming out, I'm not gonna lie. Part of me was hoping that last minute that movie gets scrapped, but wishful thinking. But if you ask me, that is not a Dora movie. It's a Lara Croft origin story. I am positive that Dora the Explorer and Lara Croft, I'm almost positive that they are the same person.
Honestly, considering it's Nickelodeon, I don't think they give a shit. I don't think they give a shit on what people think.
Yeah,
like
you're probably right.
even if the project's like utter shit, they're gonna go through it. How can you explain that whole SpongeBob spin-off plan? But soon in another podcast.
Yeah, that's another one. That's another one entirely. But I had to say, when you mentioned the Dora Explorer thing, I had to say something, because I'm sorry, that movie looks utterly garbage, and they're completely ruining Diego. I'm sorry, he's a stick in the mud where he was an excited, over exuberant character who I
hate
loved
Diego.
as a kid.
He looks like a fucking Justin Bieber wannabe, or like.
He looks like he's trying way too hard to be a normal kid, and we know that's not Diego.
Yeah, like, you know what? Let's do a podcast on the movie when it comes out. I can tell we have a lot of thoughts on it already.
Oh god.
But
that means I'm gonna have to go and actually watch that piece of shit.
You're being kept hostage.
Anyway, you are going to have to drag me to that movie in order for me to see it.
Someone's gonna have to drag me kicking and screaming the whole damn way, I'll tell you.
Okay, you guys are gonna have to drive all the way to my dorm, and I'm gonna drag you guys to see this fucker with me.
Oh yeah, so you don't have to suffer alone, so make other people suffer, because you have to suffer,
early,
you have to suffer.
And I'm gonna do it early in the morning, because I know this theater where we can pay tickets for $5. So even if the movie sucks, you guys won't have to make your wallet suffer.
You won't lose a whole lot of dough. So
yeah, I'm keeping you guys hostage. I'm sorry.
I'm not planning on coming back when that movie's out.
Someone call the police. But anyway, banter aside, I'm sure a lot of us have seen Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, because the thing is, my mom's a huge fan of Beauty and the Beast. She has seen, she loved the original. I think she's seen a couple of the other, like, I guess, quote unquote sequels to them. I can't really know. I can't really say if they're really sequels per se.
Oh, of the original Beauty and the Beast.
I
heard Belle's Magical World sucks.
I don't really know. I don't know. I don't remember seeing that one in my life, but I have seen the live action, and I'm just saying though, freaking Emma Watson as Belle. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. I'm sure I'm not the only one here in this podcast thinking that. Or hell, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one on YouTube that thinks that she did a great job as Belle.
Weirdly enough, she actually is mostly getting like a lot of like backlash for the role, mostly because of mostly due to the singing rules on how it's like auto-tuned.
They were auto-tuned? I thought that was her.
Yeah, apparently it's actually auto-tuned.
Well, it doesn't sound like it's auto, because auto-tune's got like this distinct sound to it that you can tell when it's being used, but Disney used that in such like a low, in such a sneaky way that you couldn't really tell it was auto-tune. I thought she did good. I mean,
that's the way Marvel actually used the butt double for.
I'm gonna be honest. I've only seen the movie once.
Same here.
I'm kind of mixed on like Hermione playing Belle right now, but all I remember is like through the film, all I thought about was Hermione is Belle, Hermione is Belle, Hermione is Belle. I'm gonna be honest. I think out of like all the sequels, I think this one's probably the most faithful to the material. Like
talking on that. Oh yeah, I'm totally on board with that. But talking on that, what I've noticed with a lot of these new live action remakes that Disney's putting out here recently, not only are they doing it from their own source material, they're also taking from the very original source material, being the books. So, let's say for example, in Beauty and the Beast, you know the scene when Belle's dad is taken off for that World's Fair or whatever the hell it was, I forget what it was, some carnival or some shit.
Yeah.
She asked for a rose for when he came back.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually, because we all know that wasn't the original Disney story. That actually comes from the original book that Beauty and the Beast is based off of. Although on that same topic, I'm glad they don't take the original endings.
Yeah.
Because Beauty and the Beast at the end, when Beast marries Belle, he eats Belle.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's fucked, dude. It's totally fucked.
Fairy tales there.
Oh, dude, trust me, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. What happened with Hunchback, with ones like Hunchback or Little Mermaid, or
Honestly,
even Mulan. Ugh.
honestly, just
Yeah.
imagine if Disney like started doing rated R movies, just like R-rated live actions, and actually kept those endings.
No, we already haven't. I'm sorry, but we have already got enough horror movies as it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And even then, some of them, even nowadays, some of them suck.
Yeah, that's fair. But
Like,
anyway,
I'm sorry.
sorry.
No,
I guess
don't
in
worry.
terms of like,
I've gone completely off topic.
I guess in terms of like, to get back to like the live action Beauty and the Beast, even though I liked the film, I didn't really like the visuals all that much. Mostly design wise, visually it's gorgeous. It's mostly some of the designs. Like for example, I didn't think the Beast was as intimidating as the original.
Yeah, because when I think of the Beast, I'll be honest. I thought of the original one from the original Disney movie where he was like big and brawny, but this one just seemed like skinny and weak.
Yeah, he was fucking intimidating.
And I think in this one it mostly came from. I think they instead of making him look like he was big and brawny, I think what they were doing is trying to go for more of his attitude based. Which, if that's the case, then they did fantastic there. Not to mention, I'm not gonna lie. When it comes
I
to
think they just made him like a big brawny aristocrat. That's what they did with him.
Yeah.
But personally, when I see that design, it just kind of seems like a cosplay of the Beast to me, opposed to the Beast. But
I would agree.
I can definitely say they could have done worse. They could definitely have done worse.
Yeah, they could have just literally stuck a couple of horns and some big teeth on the guy and just called it good. Instead, they went the full CG route.
Or just take a Disney animatronic, like a weird animatronic Beast.
No.
Oh God, no. Five Nights at Freddy's flashbacks.
Five Nights at Beasts.
We've had enough
Five
of
Nights at Beasts. Five Nights at Beast Castle. There you go.
Though, also, I don't really think, I feel like, the designs of, the objects, Lumiere, Clocksworth, and all them.
Yeah, Cogsworth, Lumiere, Mrs. Pot. I think the ones that creep me out the most have got to be Mrs. Potts and Chip.
I agree.
They creep me out.
I don't know why they thought it was, a good idea to put, her face, on the side of the pot, opposed to, the front of it. Since, the nose on Mrs. Potts is, a main trait. It's one of her recognizable features.
Well,
Also, Lumiere just kind of looks like just a golden, just a person, painted.
Holding candles in his hands.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's at least that's at least if you ask me anyway.
Though, I think out of all of them, I think Clocksworth's probably the best. Though he still was a little unsettling. But not as unsettling as that weird closet. That weird closet thing with, the weird mouth.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on the wardrobe.
Burn it! Burn it with fire!
Burn it!
Kill the Beast! Gaston's over here just singing about killing the Beast. No, kill the fucking wardrobe!
Speaking on, and while we're on the subject of that, while we're on the subject of Gaston, I wasn't much of a fan of this Gaston, if you ask me.
This Gaston was more like the football jockey sort of guy.
Not to mention, I'm sorry, I think Gaston, they should have done big and brawny with him. They really should have. Because that's what I picture when it comes to Gaston.
No one throws like Gaston, gets a hit like Gaston, some other football-related puns like Gaston. I had a joke there, but it kind of flopped. Or has anyone seen that one meme where no one's something like Gaston, but it's Gaston, but every Gaston is replaced with croissant?
Oh God!
from Jimmy Neutron. I'll send it to you guys after this.
All right.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
The thing that I kind of found interesting is that was it Buffu? Was that his name? Like Gaston's little assistant? Buffu? Something Foo?
I think LeFou.
Yeah, LeFou. For whatever, I remember how when it was advertised, he was kind of hyped up as being gay.
Well, actually, it's funny you mentioned that because when it comes to that, people are actually thinking that that LeFou was gay.
Yeah.
When that happened. However,
it was never confirmed.
Well, actually, it was confirmed. It was confirmed that LeFou and Gaston are not gay. They were not. He was not gay for Gaston, but ironically, there was another gay guy in that movie. If you pay attention to the end of it. Well, okay, think about it. There was 3 guys. You remember the 3 guys that went charging at the wardrobe and they came out in dresses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 of them ran off. The other guy was like, this isn't bad. Be myself. And you could tell that he was gay. And even then, you see him dancing with LeFou after the battle and all that crap. After LeFou switched sides when he figured out Gaston was a dickhead.
No, for whatever reason, whenever I heard his voice, whenever I heard LeFou's voice in the live action, all I thought of was Olaf from Frozen.
Well, that's exactly who it is.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
But what's ironic is though, even though LeFou, LeFou, what I guess technically is gay in the film, but the actor is not. But the actor of Gaston is straight in the movie, but is gay in real life.
How ironic.
That's what I said.
Well,
That's what I said. I heard that from my sister. I heard that from my little sister, ironically.
No one's gay like Gaston. No one's neck is incredibly thick as Gaston. Doing that voice is so much fun.
Oh my god.
Oh my one does Disney remakes like Gaston.
That doesn't fit, dude. I'm sorry, that just doesn't fit.
Okay, another podcast idea. Just us making Gaston parodies. I don't know, maybe like an April Fool's joke or some shit.
How about just Disney song parodies in general, not just Gaston.
Sure.
Just do them all.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
What's next on the list?
Okay, next on the list, Christopher Robin. I feel like I'm the only one who's seen it.
Dang it!
I haven't seen it.
You were going to drag me to it, but you couldn't.
Oh, rip. It's really good. I'm gonna be honest. I did a review on this movie actually. I'm gonna be honest. It's probably one of my favorite live-action Disney movies.
Well, and what I like about it is instead of doing just like a sequel to because let's face it, there's so many Winnie the Pooh sequels out there.
Actually, this was kind of a sequel to the original.
Huh.
Like
before the Heffalump showed up.
Yeah, that's why Pooh's still afraid of Heffalumps. Though weirdly enough, by that logic, in this version, I think this movie kind of has a different continuity. Cause
How so?
Cause like when Winnie the Pooh, like when Roo met Lumpy in Pooh's Heffalump movie, Christopher Robin was still a kid.
Yeah.
Cause even though he wasn't in the movie, at the end of the movie, he does show up. Like, I think it was like a homage to the original film where they're like getting Lumpy out of Rabbit's hole.
Huh.
But in this movie, I mean Christopher Robin, Christopher's all grown up.
Yeah, because he's also working for some big corporation or some crap, and he's got like a camping trip or something planned for his family, but he has to basically cancel it. He can't go, and his daughter's upset about it. That's just one I've gotten from the trailers.
But yeah, that's pretty much the whole gist of the plot. But weirdly enough, One of my biggest fears of the film was it was gonna like take like a Smurfs route, and just kind of be like,
dear Lord.
we're like, Winnie the Pooh has like this big grand adventure in like London, and like, figures out that he's like a part of a family. Well, I'm gonna be honest. Looking back on it, it kind of does that. It kind of does that whole trope. But I think with this film, I think like the way it's executed is so charming and like meaningful that I think it's excusable. Not to mention, Winnie the Pooh never really had that complex of a story. So having one that's cliche is honestly kind of like I'll cut some slack for that.
It's a welcome change.
Yeah, definitely. Not to mention, I love how they got Jim Cummings back to voice Pooh Bear and Tigger. There was like literally no one else who could probably capture that magic. I think the only one who probably comes close is Brian Hall.
Well, dude, the way I look at it, when you change voice actors on an iconic character, they don't usually go well. I mean, look what happened with the Aladdin Return Jafar, the second Aladdin movie that came out.
Genie was voiced by Homer Simpson?
No, actually, no. He was actually voiced by John Goodman.
Oh.
I think. I could be wrong.
The last time I heard, I thought he played the same voice as Homer.
One source I had said it was like actually Homer Simpson that voiced the genie, and I'm like, okay.
Wow. But yeah, like I think like recasting Winnie the Pooh is almost like recasting SpongeBob. Like he kind of has such an iconic voice. It's a little tricky to replace. Not as hard to replace as SpongeBob, but pretty dang close.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see that. Because I mean, there's like no one that could play. There's like no one when you hear someone as a role for so long, it's hard for you to hear someone else playing it. Like I said, I go back to the John Goodman from Robin Williams to John Goodman example from Return to Jafar, which most people would agree is actually the worst Aladdin sequel, and they think Return of the King. Or God damn it, I don't know why I always say Return of the King, but that's Lord of the Rings. But when it came to King of Thieves, when they brought Robin Williams back, they argued that the King of Thieves was actually the better sequel. And honestly, let's face it, you could probably just take Return to Jafar and just like skip right over that and go straight to King of Thieves.
That's honestly what I did.
Yeah, weirdly enough, weirdly enough, Jim Cummings was actually in this movie the only one that wasn't recast. The rest were pretty much recast. And honestly, they do pretty decent roles. It was kind of odd at first hearing a British Piglet, but I think it fits well.
For me, it's odd hearing a British Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin was always British, though.
Really?
Yeah.
It didn't sound like it when I was a kid. It didn't seem like he was. It didn't seem like he was British.
Weirdly enough, I guess it kind of depends on what version you watched. In the original, he didn't like the original classic film. He didn't sound British. For whatever reason, in the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, the cartoon, he wasn't British. He was American. It's weird because like the like Christopher Robin's like world that he like the town he lives in, not 100 Acre Woods. It looks very American, so that's kind of interesting. But like in the rest of the movies, Christopher Robin was British. So
that is interesting.
And let's not forget. And then when it comes also with a cartoon, let's not forget that with because Winnie the Pooh is like one of the biggest Disney properties is one of the biggest properties Disney has ever had.
Oh yeah.
They've had so many movies from and introducing like a couple new characters. They had like two. I think they had like one or two or maybe three different shows. And one that I can remember from a kid when I was a kid is I don't know if you guys ever saw it. Did you guys ever see the Winnie the Pooh show My Friends Tigger and Pooh?
I have. I rewatched it once actually. It was okay.
I'll be honest, I only saw like a couple episodes, and even then I thought it was mediocre at best.
Yeah, not to mention
it sounds familiar.
Darby and her dog just didn't really fit the art style.
The whole show didn't fit. The whole show didn't fit. The whole show didn't fit in the series in the world of Pooh. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Yeah, it is CG. Like, and it's a little weird seeing it in CG. But I'll
Which
give
Pooh and all the other characters kind of creep me out.
I'll give them this. They're not too far off from the original characters. Like, they didn't completely redesign them. I wouldn't be surprised if they just, like, took the original model sheets and just made them CG. Though some of the rigging was a little off. Like, I remember Piglet was a little... his lip sync was a little, like, small. Like, his mouth was very tiny. But anyway, I think in this film, Christopher Robin, the CGI was really good. I think it succeeded where Beauty and the Beast kind of fell. And I think it's probably due to, like, it being more of an organic stature. So the movements and, like, the expressions feel a little bit more natural.
Well, that's good. And that's important when it comes to CG. That's the important part.
Yeah. Not to mention, Pooh Bear's freaking adorable. I literally want a plush toy of that Pooh Bear. If there's, I will pester my family to give me $1,000 to buy that thing in an auction.
Now, I will have to say, though, given the fact how Winnie the Pooh, let's face it, he hasn't seen the light of day in years. And having Christopher Robin was the first time he actually had exposure in God knows how long.
I think the last one was like 2011. Like with
the last exposure I could think that Pooh Bear had was with me was honestly My Friends Tigger and Pooh, which was like 2008 or 2009, some shit like that. And
it feels like Winnie the Pooh has been rather untouched since the 2011 film.
Exactly, and it just felt like it just. But when I do have to admit though, when they came out with this movie, I did like how with the CG they made him look like an old worn out bear that Christopher Robin had rotting up in his attic for years.
Yeah,
I thought that was great.
They like executed it. Also,
they executed it very well.
And also for like dot eyes. Usually it's kind of creepy on characters, but I think in this case it works.
It really depends on the. I guess it really depends on the character. Like some characters can make dot eyes work. Like let's take for example, going off topic here from Cartoon Network, their two movies they came out for Halloween being Scary Godmother and Scary Godmother Returns. Most of the characters like Jimmy and the other guy, Jimmy and his friends, they all had dot eyes where their characters Hannah had full on eyes. Yeah. So dot eyes can work fine on CG characters if you pull it off right. And Christopher Robin, well, I think they pulled it off.
Yeah, though I'm not sure how well this look, but I kind of wonder what Tigger would look like with dot eyes, because honestly, his eyes in the movie are sort of creepy from certain angles. Like, for example, I own Christopher Robin on Blu-ray, and the first thing I open the package to is just Tigger's, like, unsettling front face with the soulless eyes and his smile. And I was just like...
So peering into your soul.
Get that thing away from me. Tigger's are wonderful things.
Back off there. Back off there.
I don't wanna... Yeah. He'd make a great, like, horror movie, actually. Like, I don't know, what if there was, like, an R-rated Tigger movie? And, like, where, like, Tigger suffered, like, cocaine abuse.
Dude, keep an eye out. If Tigger's that creepy, keep an eye out on the internet. There's probably going to be creepypasta created about him at some point.
Well, there's already this one fan comic of, like, where, like, I think it was, like, Pooh Bear's, like, all blood up because, like, and Tigger's, like, they're dead. And he's like, Piglet, you're going to have to pull the trigger. I can't live on.
Oh, God.
It was dark.
Anyway, moving on.
Let's move on before this gets into creepypasta territory.
Yeah, besides, I already have a review on this film anyway. Most of it is kind of accurate.
You already have what?
A review on Christopher Robin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
The
It
only
cut out.
the
it cut
only
out
thing
the-
I can
the
really conclude with is like, it's just a good film. It's faithful to the original while also doing its own thing, and Evan McGregor does a good Christopher.
All right. Well, anyway, so what's next on the list?
I'm sure nobody's seen Dumbo. I haven't seen Dumbo.
I haven't seen it either. The only exposure I've had to that was when they released it at I think it was when they released that the way that statue looked at D23 a few years ago.
Okay.
And even then I wasn't paying attention to that shit.
Have you seen Dumbo with the Tim Burtons and the Danny DeVito?
Wait, Danny DeVito's in that?
Yeah, Danny DeVito's in it.
Wait, doesn't he play the ringmaster?
He does.
Well, yeah, because I saw it. And the thing is, even Danny DeVito himself that said that this would be a good children's movie, teach about loyalty or some. I forget what he said, but it was in a trailer I saw. It was in a trailer I saw once, and it looks pretty cute. It's just, I'm sorry. The only thing that I'm upset, one of the few things I'm upset that they cut out is one, they cut out the pink elephant thing and just replaced it with like bubbles and shit.
Well, technically, the pink elephant.
Anyway.
Well, that's the only part of the movie I did see. They didn't technically cut out the pink elephant scene, but they just removed the meaning to it. They took out like it pretty much like ruined like why the scene was there in the first place.
That's upsetting.
And
like,
then
another thing I'm upset about is
in the original film, Dumbo, like it was due to like Dumbo being drunk and like having like a bad trip.
Well, the guy was thirsty. The little guy was thirsty.
Yeah,
and he didn't know.
Yeah, well, like, that part of the film, I think it was meant to like get a level of like fear, I guess. Well, like in this, like in live action Dumbo, it's like, oh, look at the pretty bubbles. Look at the pretty bubbles.
Now, like, I will admit, another thing I'm upset about is the fact that they cut out the mouse. They cut out him.
Well, he's there for a tiny cameo, but that's it.
Yeah, but that's what pisses me off. He was like a character, for God's sake. You can't cut out, again, Disney, stop cutting out the comic relief.
Also, to get back to the drunk elephant scene.
You need the mouse for that movie.
Also, to get back to the the pink elephant scene, I understand why they cut it out, since like nowadays an underage elephant getting drunk might not be politically correct nowadays. But
yeah, that's the truth.
True.
I think they could have replaced it with one of the adult characters, like who runs the circus. I don't know. What if it was Danny DeVito or someone else outside of Dumbo, and they have that trip? Therefore, the original meaning of the original pink elephant scene is still there, while it still fits with today's society.
Now, characters I can understand why they cut them out because of what they were at the time they were released. Yes, the Crows, because they're literally known as they were basically a personification of the Jim Crow laws that were a big thing at the time. So with that being with them being racist, I can understand why they cut them out. So cutting them out, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But cutting out the pink elephant thing, I mean, come on, Disney, you got to stop cutting out the funnier parts. Jesus H.
Yeah. Okay. The grand finale. Aladdin. I recently saw this film the other day.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm gonna be honest. I actually appreciate it as like being its own thing. Like it definitely works on its own merits as like separate from the source material.
Yeah.
Though I guess in terms of like next to the source material, honestly I don't know. Cause there's some things I'm a little mixed about in terms of like comparing it. But hey, it's still good.
Like what?
Like for example, Will Smith as a genie. He definitely is like great in this film. Like I definitely warmed up to him as I actually saw it in action.
It's the fresh
that I can very much agree to.
Yeah.
I warmed up to the genie as he was actually performing and doing his stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
again,
not to mention,
like I said, it's the Fresh
my
Prince for crying out
original-
loud playing genie.
though my original fear was like so it's like the original like Robin Williams performance, you know, he was like all over the place. You know, he was kind of like, you know, he was there, he was here, he dressed up, he like put on
What do you
hilarious voices. I was kind of afraid a lot of that was gonna be absent in the live action Aladdin, but weirdly enough, they're still there. Like
Oh yeah.
a lot like you know, it's not as extraordinary as the original Aladdin, but I do appreciate what they do, and like
Oh yeah.
not to mention he's still pretty funny. Like it's Will Smith for crying out loud. He does a phenomenal job.
It's the, like I said before, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's the Fresh Prince playing genie for crying out loud.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
But yeah, like he doesn't top Robin Williams.
Oh no,
he's
no,
still,
but he comes
he's still,
but he's close.
he's
but
still a
he's
legend.
just as good as Robin Williams.
I'm
But
sorry.
He
the
does
Fresh Prince-
work as his own thing. Sorry, what was that?
Oh yeah.
You were gonna say something. Let's fail.
Wait. Yeah. Genie gets a. Genie in the remake gets a 2. The only thing that threw it off for me is the there was no kid scene in the song.
Huh.
Him like you mean in Prince Ali?
Yeah, in Prince Ali there was no kid scene.
Well, he was around kids when the monkeys came by. If that counts.
Guys with swords. That
Yeah. Okay. That threw it off, but I still thought it was a good. I still thought it was good.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, in terms of like the soundtrack of the movie, some of the choreographs didn't really like I didn't really think were like as good as the original or like really come close. Like for example,
Oh yeah.
like for example, I didn't really like how like the Prince Ali scene, like the way it was like shot, it just kind of looked like a generic parade to me. But
I would agree on that.
but
yeah.
however,
I had to give you that
I
one
do
on that.
like the song. The song was really good.
Oh,
the
yeah.
soundtrack is great, and some of the songs do fit. Like for example, I think too, like some of the greatest examples of like the songs in this movie that like almost match up with the original. Probably first off, Never Had a Friend Like Me. I loved it. I love like the cinematography in it and how it's like has like do like many different things. And
Oh yeah.
weirdly enough, I actually like
here,
the
but-
lighting in that scene a little better than the original. Like it's not as good as the original in terms of like film wise, but the lighting in it is like really good, and I dig it.
Oh yeah.
And
Now, my personal opinion.
and not to mention A Whole New World, one of my favorite Disney songs of all time. They captured perfectly.
Oh yeah. Now I will have to. Now when Johnny when Let's Fail here went to go see that movie, he did say that he had to knock off. If I'm not wrong on this, you said that he had to cut off some points because they didn't show the whole. They didn't actually go to like different parts of the world in that song. If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
It's the animated version. They went to China.
Which I'm still convinced that took place. I'm still convinced that took place in the same part of the same time in Milan. Just saying. But I will have to admit I'm with him on that one. But for what they did with that movie, I thought it was pretty good. I still thought it was good. And still a clever way to get Aladdin. And still a great way to get Aladdin to admit that he was actually that Prince Ali was Aladdin.
The other thing I was going to say is, well, it honestly feels like Will Smith was actually kind of trying to steal the genie's thunder in trying to like redo the "You Never Had a Friend Like Me." Like he
Well,
was trying
okay.
to get up there, but it ultimately like fell short. That's honestly what it felt like to me.
Well,
That's fair.
actually, talking on that, actually, let's fail. There's when he was actually Will Smith was actually nervous about taking the role. he actually originally didn't want the role because he felt like that, because even he knew that he felt like he wasn't going to be able to top, he wasn't going to be able to ever top Robin Williams' performances in Aladdin. But he took the role, and not only he may not have topped him, but what he was hoping to do is at least add something of his own, add his own little flair into Genie. And ultimately, with that one, I think he succeeded.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
You know, now that
even
you
though
phrase-
he
now that you
doesn't
phrase it
top,
like that,
he does his
I
own
would
thing.
totally agree. He did add his own flair to it.
Absolutely, he may not have topped him, but he definitely gave his own flair to Genie. That's for damn sure.
Also,
it makes me now.
do I
it makes me now
even need
just
to?
want to hunt down the original and like compare and contrast?
Also,
It's
do
not
I?
hard. I gotta be out there somewhere.
Also, do I even need to say how good the song Jasmine's solo song Speechless is? Do I even need to say how
Oh
phenomenal
my god.
that is?
Oh my god. That song was amazing.
Not to mention Jasmine in general. I love how she's rewritten here. Like,
Oh yeah, same here. Because when it comes to me, when it comes to like movies, TV shows, or video games, I love strong female characters.
me too.
And Jasmine is by far no exception. And ironically though, the girl who played Jasmine has actually worked with Disney before.
Oh,
Have you guys ever seen the movie? Have you guys ever seen or even heard of the movie Lemonade Mouth?
I've heard of it, never seen it.
I haven't seen either. My sister was obsessed with it when she was younger, and I forget. I don't know the character she played, but I know that she actually was in that movie.
Oh,
Yeah. So she's had experience running with Disney before.
yeah.
Okay, now that's cool.
Though I'm gonna be honest, in terms of like Jasmine's sister,
No, not sister. It was her handmaiding.
yeah, handmaid. I'm gonna be honest, I never. It was kind of hard, figuring out her real purpose, outside of like being like the genie's love interest and just kind of a comic relief. But
She's like the prince. She's supposed to be like those kind of people are supposed to be like a royalty, like a princess's assistant or some shit.
I guess
From what
that makes sense.
everything I've always read, so she was just kind of there to, help her get ready for like important events and shit. Like taking care of some, like see if she can help out with some of the harder stuff, and just in general reminded the princess that she had stuff that she needed to do.
Yeah.
When you see a lot of fantasy stuff, when you see a lot of like fantasy stuff like I have, you pretty much pick up on it.
Yeah. Also, though I will say, I just loved her comedy in this. Not to mention, the film was pretty funny too.
One of the best parts I have to say has got to be when Genie came up to ask out the handmaiden, and the handmaiden looks at Jasmine.
I do. Let's have kids.
God, and he's like, and she's like, go, go, go. You can just tell Aladdin or Jasmine just like, go, 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 go.
Or like that scene where like Genie and her were just like. I remember that scene where it's like the scene where it's like they're like walking like about to start the stroll, and one of the first things she says like, "Hey, do you like goat cheese?" Or not to mention that whole scene where like Aladdin or Prince Ali was like very much opposing to Jasmine with all this stuff. It's like, dude, we got jam.
I only have one word.
We got lots of jam.
This movie will never, ever, in my mind, live down the jams.
Neither will it, and neither will it in mine, dude. It will never live it down in mine.
It makes me hungry for jam. It made me hungry for jam.
Yeah, Genie just casually looks over to Prince Ali. He's like, enough with the jams.
It was just the whole scene in general just so like awkward that it's like great.
Also, while we're on like little like details that really could seem like nothing but really don't really seem like much. When Aladdin and Genie were in the desert, when Aladdin was about to tell Genie that that he loves someone, he just pops to the floor, kicks up his feet, and just like, all right, I know that look. Who's the girl? Can we just admit that scene was perfect?
Yes.
And
Oh,
also,
don't even get me started on like the genie's introduction.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But hang on, before we get to that, I do have to, if you look in the background during that scene with Genie and Aladdin, if you look in the background, you see the carpet. You see him building a sandcastle. If you actually pay attention, that castle is actually Cinderella's castle from Disney. He even did like a little shoot of like a, you know how like on the Disney logo, it's got like the it's got like the little stars that fly out, or like a little beam of light that shoots over it.
Yeah.
He carpet did that same thing. I thought that was a great plug. Just saying.
I wish next time I watch it, I'm gonna try to spot it.
Oh, and also carpet making the motions of laughing.
But anyway, like the genie thing. I was halfway expecting the genie to pull out the Infinity Gauntlets.
I know. Wait a minute, excuse me. Where's your boss?
No one can see you.
What?
Oh, I thought you were like doing something.
No. I wasn't doing that.
I don't think they would actually ever do that, but then again, we can wish, darn it.
Yeah, like I kind of thought that since like you know, in the original Genie, didn't Genie do like a bunch of pop culture references or like parodied other like or something like that? At least that's what I remember.
I think he actually could have. Now that I think
so too. I know that he did. I know like Robin Williams' Genie, he did like a bunch of impressions of like a bunch of celebrities. Like I know he did Jack Nicholson at one point. He actually did that when he was talking to Aladdin when Aladdin was at the bottom of Jasmine's like tower room shit, and he did Jack Nicholson there. He also did like a bunch of like famous comedians. He did Arnold Schwarzenegger, did General Zod from Superman, some ventriloquist, Groucho Marx, I believe, was one of them. And he does like a bunch of like different comedians and actors and reviewers and all kinds of other shit.
Yeah, so like having like Will Smith Genie just play Thanos to just impersonate him didn't seem that far off.
Well, given the fact that Disney owns Marvel, I'm surprised there wasn't like a slight Marvel plug in that Disney movie. I'm surprised there wasn't a slight Marvel plug, like even just like a tiny reference, like maybe like you see like a, I don't know, you see like a Doctor Strange amulet in the background or some shit.
Yeah, or like Aladdin Endgame. Just Aladdin Endgame.
Aladdin Endgame.
Oh my god. All right, someone down in the comments, create that movie poster, please.
Okay, does anyone have any like other added thoughts to live action Aladdin before we move on?
Actually,
to
yes.
Comings? Okay.
Yes, actually, Jafar.
Yes.
I have to add in some stuff with Jafar because I mean we've talked about every other character. Actually, I guess I got stuff to say about Jafar and the Sultan. Jafar is, I love how instead of just being a generic villain that we obviously, I mean, he's out for power and all that, but
yeah,
we see that we actually get we get more stuff added to his character.
Yeah,
we get more of a character development and look farther into Jafar's past.
I know, like that stuff actually gave it brownie points for me because
agreed.
Why
definitely
in the original? Why is Jafar doing this? Oh, he's just a typical villain. Why is Jafar doing this? He wants ultimate power.
But no,
which ultimately becomes his downfall.
Yeah, but in this one, we get more of the backstory and how he grew up on the street.
In terms of the whole ultimate power thing, that makes that Aladdin Endgame poster a lot more plausible.
Again, someone down in the comments, do that. Please, for the love of God, make that happen.
Aladdin 2 remake.
Yes.
Aladdin Endgame.
we're every
Return of Jafar.
And then like at the end, like you know how in Endgame every single Marvel character ever almost just joins forces to fight Thanos.
Yeah.
Just imagine that just with every live action Disney property ever.
Oh, Beast coming in, just coming in, slashing and hacking at him.
Or just, yeah, or like I don't know. What if What if
Let's not
Christopher
forget
Robin
Kingdom
just
Hearts
used
now.
like Pooh Bear and his gang, just try treating him like Pokemon or something?
Oh my god.
Like-
Pokemon, Aladdin,
Pooh Bear,
Pokemon,
Pooh Bear,
Disney,
use honey, use eat.
Pokemon, Disney version. Make it happen. I'm actually, if I'm being honest, I'm surprised that's not
Baloo,
a
maul
raw
him to
pack
death.
Okay, but anyway, but getting Jafar, having more built up on his past, I actually like the way they did that, because Jafar didn't really have much of a character development back in the original.
Yeah.
But I love how they
Indeed,
did that.
it was just generic evil villain back in the original, and now it's like,
Yeah, I'm evil. I want to take over the world. Wah ha ha ha.
Yeah.
But that gained some points. However, something that I had to dock points, and this is just a personal reason because I love the character. I have to say I had to dock points for the Sultan. I had to dock points. The reason is because if you look at the original, we see that he's a plump, small, hilarious little guy. But then in this one, he's tall, thin, and way too serious for his own good.
yep, that.
Not to
Again,
mention it's only sentimental
their
towards the
own
end
comic relief.
instead of being
The
sentimental
Sultan
throughout the whole
was,
film.
in a sense, the comic relief of the original Aladdin.
Yeah, I can
Well, him and
definitely agree.
Iago-
I
him and
noticed when
Iago.
watching the film, he was kind of off. Though, I guess
Yeah,
after a while, I've just kind of, accepted him as his own thing. Because, honestly, compared to the original, yeah, definitely the original's better. But, in terms of this movie, I can't say it was written poorly. It does work as, a separate character. But, yeah, I kind of agree, really thinking about it.
Yeah, and then even though another thing I got to dock points was Iago. I had to dock a few points for that because even though he had some funny parts, I'm just upset that he wasn't a full-on voiced character by Gilbert Gottfried.
I was so disappointed he wasn't voiced by Gilbert Godfrey.
Another place I would have to subtract points is Jafar, Master Magician and Pun Master.
Yeah.
I forgot he had so many puns in the movie.
You're running out of time! Summons a giant glass hourglass for Jasmine to be prisoned in.
Yes.
Yeah,
Things
down
are
boy
unraveling
turns
fast
Raja into a
now.
bratty cat.
Unravels the magic carpet.
Okay. Does anyone else have any other thing to say on the matter?
I wasn't a fan of the remix at the. I wasn't a fan of the remix at the credits of Aladdin.
Oh, with with Will Smith and DJ Khaled.
I'm gonna be honest. When I heard that, I immediately just left.
Well, I didn't think it was too bad. I thought it was okay.
I didn't. Honestly, I never heard the full song since, again, I just kind of left. It was getting late, but, it kind of, hearing DJ Contley, his little, shout, at the
DJ
credits.
Khaled, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really think it really fit with the rest of the movie. It just kind of felt
Well,
like
it's the end
it's
credits,
kind of
no
a
one's-
pop song at the end.
As long as the way I look at it, as long as it wasn't in the actual movie, because let's face it, people don't care about the
Yeah,
actual
I'm
songs in the
definitely
full
agree
movie,
it
just
wasn't
not
at the end of the movie.
Mm.
But
What was that?
Disney does do a good job as modern renditions of credits at the end before, They did a pretty good one with Remember Me, and same with Let It Go and Moana. So they're capable of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they still kind of fit within the theme of the movie. But I don't know. I shouldn't judge so early since I haven't heard the song, and I'm not gonna stop the podcast just to listen to it. But
and here's the thing: I'll tell you this now. Despite if you ask me, the positives majorly outweigh the negatives in this case.
I agree.
And I'm just saying this now. I will definitely have that movie on DVD once it comes out.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to get the original, and I may do the compare and contrast too.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered. There's apparently one live-action Disney remake or whatever they actually didn't touch on this list. Mary Poppins Returns?
That?
Has anyone seen
Oh
Mary Poppins Returns?
I have not, though. I have not, but that's not really a live-action remake, considering the fact that Mary Poppins is already a live-action to begin with.
Huh. Actually,
that was
have a good point. Yeah.
That was like
Since
not
they're
a...
making live-action remakes, they should make Mary Poppins an animated.
One thing run out of ideas for Disney live-action remakes. They make animated remakes of their live-action stuff, including the live-action remakes of the animated movies.
Oh God.
No,
just
that's
in CG.
That's too much.
Just Grinch it. Just pretty much do what the Grinch did, where it's like starts off animated, goes live action, and then does like CGI animated.
Oh God. Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm just saying. Going off topic with that, I'm just saying for the record. I did not like the new Grinch. I'm just saying that now.
The Illumination Grinch.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was good, but it definitely has noticeable problems. But I won't discuss that much here.
I'll just, if I'm being honest, it's just the way I look at it. It's just like, it's more for like the younger crowd instead of someone who grew up with like, who has seen the very original and then the Jim Carrey performance. So it's meant for like the younger crowd.
That's fair.
I would much agree with that.
But anyway, let's get to the upcoming remakes then. The Lion King. That's coming up very soon.
I can't believe we're this close.
Boycotting.
Out of all the films that live action's been remaking, I think this one's the most pointless.
Why do you say that?
Well, first off, it's not even live action. It doesn't, and nor should it be live action, because even though they're trying to not even like the creator of the movie can say whether it's live action or animated. It just says it's not animated, but it's not live action either. Then what is it then? What is?
Doesn't agree.
They're just a hyper animated animals.
I believe it's realistically. I think it's like realistically animated. Just like I think is how that goes. I stand correction on that.
That's fair, but like though out of like the trailers and stuff, I think due to them trying to make it so realistic, I feel like they're gonna be like I feel like it kind of like strips away some of the emotion. Like for example, and like the scene was like Simba, like and Mufasa. It was like you can see like the fear in Simba's eyes and like how serious it feels. But in here, Simba is just probably gonna be like, "Oh damn, my dad's dead."
That's something I'm just saying for the record. I'm not looking forward to seeing that scene in HD. By the way.
Yeah, that's fair.
I am not looking forward to seeing that in HD, but much like with Johnny, I'm this close to boycotting the movie because of what you said not too long ago, Sab, that they cut out "Be Prepared." How dare they?
Yeah, like I do kind of understand due to like the Nazi symbolism and stuff, but I think
Nazi symbolism and political kosheress. That is why they cut it out.
Yeah, but personally, I think there was like an easy solution to it. Just re-choreograph it. Just reshoot it. So.
Yeah, just have like the hyenas dancing around or something, or better yet, take out that scene, and he's just like, for crying out loud. If that's the case, if they're cutting out the Nazi symbolism in that, why didn't they do the same thing with Star Wars? Isn't that the same? Wasn't that the same gist with the Stormtroopers and Darth Vader?
Huh. Fair point. I never seen Star Wars though.
Why does no one? Oh, okay, well, I'll be honest. The first 6 are really good. I haven't been a fan of the recent ones that have been coming out. because they've been popping them out like crazy here recently, and we're on episode 9 in the last like 3 or 4 years since Disney bought them out.
Okay, here's an upcoming one.
Episode 9 somewhat
that I
scares
know...
me, but then again, I'm willing to bet they'll deliver the final finale blow.
Yeah. But anyway, the next up live action remake, I know everyone's like we kind of briefly talked about like in the beginning, but Maleficent 2, Mistress of Evil. Thoughts?
Stoked.
I'm gonna be honest.
I think
I'm hyped.
I may see it. I haven't even seen Maleficent 1, but I may just go see that one.
Honestly, I don't really think I have much to say on it. It just looks really good and looks deliciously dark.
And let's face it, we know Disney. We know Disney isn't afraid to go dark.
I kind of like this like recent like villain renaissance almost, like you know, like first villainous and now this.
Yeah, and here's the thing: has anybody else noticed that and this is just not just with Disney, but just like everyone in general, how villains are getting a lot of attention here recently?
Yeah,
because we got 2 Maleficent movies that have been released within the last 4 or 5 years of each other. We've got the DC supervillains game for the Switch that came out like 2 years ago, and or probably 2 or 3 years ago, and then finally we've got Villainous with Cartoon Network. Villains are getting a lot of attention here recently.
Yeah, I love it because for a little bit, like for a good while, I've been kind of like upset that like villains haven't been like as prominent as they used to be. So I'm very grateful that they're getting a comeback.
Oh, another example I could probably use is Thanos from Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah, they're really good.
Because
spoilers.
Those 2 movies basically just focus strictly on him.
Yeah,
very much.
I'm not
okay.
Dude, I promise you, there weren't spoilers. I was just saying that they were getting a lot of attention.
Yeah. Anyway, that aside. Time to kill the mood. Lady and the Tramp for Disney Plus.
Wait, what?
Live action Lady and the Tramp for Disney Plus. It's not a theatrical release. It's exclusively for Disney Plus.
No!
No, please! No! God, no!
No! End up being like buddies.
Ow!
Those movies, the buddies, it'll end up being like the buddies all over again.
Amen to that.
I want it.
I have a feeling it's probably gonna be like the buddies, like the buddy films, or like you know, where they just kind of like train animals and just.
Let's face it, those movies. And let's face it, after the first Airbud, it just went right downhill.
I'm gonna be honest. This is like. At least I'm grateful that this isn't in theaters, so it's easy to forget about.
Yeah, thank God.
Okay, yeah.
But
thank God it's not going to be in
why?
theaters.
Why?
Because
okay, let's move on before we get.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Mulan.
Live action Mulan.
That one I'm excited. I'm actually excited to see that.
I'm gonna be honest.
I want to see it.
There's some things I'm hyped for, but some things not so much. I'm kind of mixed so far, but I think I'm gonna have to see a trailer in order to like fully like gather thoughts.
Same.
But then
Same.
again,
Now,
like
something that
it's mostly
the
some
thing.
of the things they cut out. Like for example, I heard Mushu was getting cut out and getting replaced.
Oh hell no!
And they got.
Oh fuck no!
I thought it was that was like you know, like not only is it
That
like
better
a
be just a
transition.
rumor. That better just be a rumor.
Like not only is it like a good thing and like you know like a symbol of Chinese culture, but like the replacement, I think it was like some sort of swan or something.
They replaced Mushu with a fucking swan.
Yeah.
Well then again, think about this. Well then again, think about this. The original genie was Robin Williams, and Will Smith actually took Mushu.
Yeah,
no,
but like,
dude, Mushu was Eddie Murphy.
Genie, who the heck do we get for the Mushu?
Eddie Murphy.
And dude, for the record, Mushu was the original Mushu was Eddie Murphy, not Will Smith.
Yeah.
Ah, dang it, Eddie Murphy. Donkey.
Oh my god.
But
This Sab, please
Also-
tell me that this is just a rumor you heard, and this isn't actually actually confirmed.
Yes.
honestly,
it's-
I'll talk to you guys about it like once like we get more information about it.
Okay,
But
that's fair.
but also they're cutting out the songs.
No,
Same.
hell no.
Same. I think because like Mulan has some of my favorite songs.
Just
Like,
keep
you know,
Not
like
cut out one of the most
About
iconic
you.
songs in all of
and
Disney.
we'll call it good.
like Reflection is one of my favorite Disney songs of all time. And
What
it
is-
like it also like
You know
make
what?
a man out of you. Like why would they cut stuff out like that? It's just
That is like the most iconic, one of the most iconic
Exactly.
Disney songs ever.
exactly,
Why
and
would
they're
you
just
cut
gonna
it
cut
out,
it
you asshole?
out.
Okay, but I do have to. There's something I have to say though.
Yeah.
When it involved with Mushu, when I told my sister that Mulan was getting a live action remake, and it has actually been confirmed, and if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
they
it
already
has been
finished
confirmed.
and they already finished filming.
March 2020.
And if I'm not mistaken, they already finished up with the filming. If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
they finished up with the filming, and they said that and the only reason I know they finished up the filming is because one guy that I watched on YouTube, his name's Jimmy Wong. He's on this channel called Feast of Fiction. He went off to go film it because he's in the movie. I don't remember what role he said he played, but he's actually in the movie, and he's back in Feast of Fiction now. So I can just assume they finished filming. It just kind of process of elimination, you know. But
Yeah.
what is funny is my sister, when I told her that, she said she didn't want to see just some piddly ass CGI Mushu played by Eddie Murphy. You know what she wants to see?
What?
She wants to see the full-size Eddie Murphy in a fucking Mushu costume.
Oh, I got an idea.
I heard
What if
that and I laughed
Mushu-
my ass off.
What if Mushu just took the Sonic movie route and just have him like this like almost human-sized dragon thing with like weirdly realistic eyes and teeth?
Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh no!
Oh,
Okay, for like
Disney,
some,
learn from Sonic, please.
okay
please.
for some of the other live action remakes, I'm gonna scroll through some of them. They're making a Cruella movie for 101 Dalmatians. They're making a Sword in a Stone, which I
Oh, they're
think is-
remaking their live action Sword in the Stone.
Yeah, honestly, I think out of all the Disney movies, I think that one should be remade. I think
Oh, absolutely.
there's
That was a
definitely room
classic.
for improvement.
Oh, well, let's face it. When it comes to any Disney movie, there's always room for improvement.
Definitely. They're also making like a live action Pinocchio. I'm not sure if that's
Wait, a
like
live
the
action
Disney
Pinocchio?
one. I'm not sure if that's for Disney or if that's that one Netflix one, because I know they're making one for Netflix too, but I don't think that's specifically Disney.
Well,
So I
who
think
knows?
this is
Well,
Disney's Pinocchio.
well, let's hope so. Well, let's hope, because that one actually wouldn't be too bad. Because I liked Pinocchio. Pinocchio was okay, but I wasn't the biggest fan of Pinocchio.
Yeah.
But it
Pinocchio was
definitely
good.
could be a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
Dis-
also making a
Dis-
live action Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh dear lord, that's gonna be creepy.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think it could work.
I didn't say it couldn't work. I'm just saying it's gonna be
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, because like, I think if they did a live action, I think they could probably cut out like they could kind of like add more of a serious tone to it. Also, I don't know. I'm hoping they cut out the gargoyles personally. Or
Dude,
just
you
make-
can't cut out the gargoyles. The
Or-
gargoyles are like the coolest part of the movie.
Or at least make them like, I guess,
Yes.
better written. I guess because this is just a me thing. I
So there's just like a personal issue.
Yeah, even though like I like the gargoyles, I just don't really think they were like. They kind of like messed with the otherwise darker tone of the film.
Yeah. Oh,
and
one I want to see is
comic relief isn't bad. Like, I think it's definitely needed, but like, I don't know. I feel like some of the jokes were just kind of lowbrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what I'm definitely looking forward to.
Oh yeah, and some that like I was saying earlier in the podcast, I think I saw my mom told me there was a rumor that was like I said, just a rumor that supposedly they're remaking Lilo and Stitch into a live action. But
that was actually I was gonna get to that because that's actually the next one on the list. On this list. Yeah.
Oh, so that worked out.
If they do remake Lilo and Stitch into a live-action movie, my main concern is what will happen with the cut content they cut out because, well, it was a little too on the nose, so to say. And
with that Swiss Army knife thing.
They'd probably just cut it out or something.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I think it would be pretty good. I'm very curious on how the aliens would look, because
actually where I was gonna. That was actually where I was
honestly, I think they could be pulled off if they were faithful to the original.
Well, that's where I was trying to lead up to with when I brought up this with Stitch. I guess Disney had supposedly it's either it got leaked or it was revealed. They revealed the supposed concept art for Stitch. Well, they looked at it and they didn't really it didn't really hit home with a lot of people, and a lot of people thought it was a little creepy. And so because of that, they are going through and trying to redesigning it.
Does he look like a weird bat thing?
Hang on, I'm bringing up. I'll send a picture to you in the group chat. Give me a second.
Because first thing I see, he looked like a weird bat thing with weird teeth and like drool on him. It looks. Yikes!
It's honestly,
I'll send a picture in the chat.
Huh?
I'll send a picture in the chat. Is it this? Is it this monstrosity?
Hang on, Yep, that's the one. That's the one.
No!
Oh wow.
Dude, I think
we'll post it. We'll post it on the thing.
They better redesign him. They better. They gotta redesign him.
I personally think that they should. I personally think they shouldn't have to. I think he looks cool.
I'm gonna be honest. He looks unsettling. I don't know this.
That's why they're redesigning it, is because of the fact that he looks really unsettling to a lot lot But personally, I think he looks cool.
I can see some of the proportions and stuff. I can see some of it being pretty good, but I don't know. I thought Stitch was always meant to be like this weird small creature.
Well, they did try and pass him off as a dog. I mean, I can kind of see with the picture how they were thinking. Oh yeah, this totally looks like a dog, with maybe cat ears or something.
Well, he might as well be a bulldog.
Well, it's practically looked like the original anyway. If you ask me, with the nose and the mouth, he practically looked like a bulldog to begin with.
Yeah, though what?
Yep.
Either a mutant Rottweiler.
I can say that it looks good on its own merits, as its standalone thing, but I don't think it would work. I don't think it would fit a live-action Lilo and Stitch.
Well, like I said, at this point, it's just a rumor. I don't even know. We don't even know if it's really confirmed at the moment.
Yeah, it's a rumor, so I'll cut them some flack.
Yeah.
There's also a live-action Little Mermaid as well.
That was gonna be the next one I was gonna bring. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to see how that one would turn out.
The books and not with the original ending. That would run into some PG-13 area.
I don't think they're gonna get the original ending. I don't think they're gonna have Ariel.
They obviously haven't with the ones that have come out so far, like Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin. They haven't gotten the original ending of those, and I'm sure they won't do it with. Let's see. Sure, they won't do it with Hunchback of Notre Dame. Definitely won't do it with Little Mermaid.
Yeah, definitely.
And sure as hell. And I know for a fact they won't do the original ending of Mulan. Any original ending of Mulan is fucked up.
Yeah, Disney is all for happily ever after, so they're definitely not gonna do that.
Oh yeah, but like I said, it's the original ending. Mulan is definitely an original ending they would never do because the ending is fucked up.
Honestly, so far the casting for Little Mermaid seems kind of interesting.
Did the show who they got for Ariel yet?
They did. I think. Either that or they're like considering.
Uh-huh.
Live action Little Mermaid cast.
So at this moment the cast that they have is just kind of like it's kind of just like placeholders.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it. Halle Bailey as Ariel.
Halle Berry as Ariel?
Halle is it pronounced Berry or Bailey? It's Bailey. Yeah.
Bailey. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was Halle Berry.
Yeah, Halle Berry. Bailey as Ariel.
Okay, maybe okay. What other ones do they have on the upcoming announcements?
I heard they kind of considered one for Ursula. Hold on, I'm trying to Melissa McCartney is considered for Ursula.
But I was talking about what other live-action movies is Disney considering making?
Oh, those. The last two is an Untitled Jungle Book sequel, and the last one is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, that'd be cool. Honestly, okay, if I'm being honest here, I'm not able to look at Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs again ever since I saw Snow White and the Huntsman. Ever since I saw that, I can't look at Snow White the same. Because I'll admit, though, they may have not gotten the best actress to play Snow White and the Huntsman because they got Kristen Stewart, the same chick who played Bella in Twilight.
Yeah.
But however, hang on. Believe it or not, she may have seemed like a boring, basically just a glorified slab of wood in the first few Twilight movies. But when it came to the last Twilight movie, she went from being that slab of wood to being an emotional badass.
Wow.
She was badass in that movie. And then when it came to Snow White and the Huntsman, I always say is, damn, she was good. And then plus they also had have you guys ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean 4?
No.
Which one is that one?
Pirates of the Caribbean 4 is on Stranger Tides.
I have not.
Well, in that movie, they are going after the Fountain of Youth, right? And Jack has to deal with one of the most notorious pirates to ever sail the seven seas. And also one of the most famous.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Take a guess.
Blackbeard?
Yes, actually. Blackbeard. Queen Anne's Revenge, the whole 9 yards. And one of the dwarves in Snow White and the Huntsman is actually the same guy who plays Blackbeard, Ian McShane. Yeah, you guys seen Kung Fu Panda, right? You guys seen Kung Fu Panda, right?
Oh, I've seen Kung Fu Panda. Sorry, I almost said
the same guy who plays Tai Lung.
Don't know who he is.
Ian McShane.
Oh.
That's the same guy.
Nice.
Yeah, but now if they're coming out with a live action Snow White and the Huntsman, I'm not gonna lie, I will find it absolutely hysterical if they got Kirsten Stewart to play Snow White. I will laugh my ass off.
Okay, if Blackbeard / Tai Lung is in that movie, he needs to be grumpy.
Yeah, duh.
He needs to be.
I 100% agree.
Though there's no confirmation of Snow White's in the Horseman, was it?
Snow White and the Huntsman.
Oh, there's no confirmed thing on that, but there is a sequel apparently called Red Rose. No, Rose Red.
To Snow White and the Huntsman?
No, this is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Huh.
They're just
Rose
titling
Red.
it Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and a sequel called Rose Red. Clearly,
Interesting.
we're missing some context.
Yeah, I feel like we're missing some serious context. If you ask me, Red Rose sounds more like a Beauty and the Beast sequel.
Yeah.
Unless they're talking about Snow White's Lips of Rose Red or some shit.
Yeah.
Because skin is fair as snow, skin is white as snow, hair is black as ebony, lips red as roses, and a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, but honestly, even though Snow White has been done to death in terms of being remade, I can see it being pretty good.
If you ask me, the one who's been done to death of being remade is honestly been Cinderella.
Yeah, that one too. That and Snow White seem to be done to death.
Because besides the Snow White movie, the only thing I've seen Snow White in besides the original and Snow White and the Huntsman?
What?
Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep, or Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Those are the only two I've ever seen her get exposure in. Cinderella, on the other hand, let's see, pretty much every Kingdom Hearts game, 3 different movies, 2 movies based off Cinderella. Hell, even freaking Enchanted, which is pretty much what most of that was. That's 7 just right there, guys.
Wow.
And how many Snow White had? Let's see. A slight ref in Kingdom Hearts, 1 Kingdom Hearts game, or 2 Kingdom Hearts games, and a movie that was not even based on the original Disney. That's only 4. That's like just a little under half. That's like just barely half of what Cinderella's had.
Yeah, that's
so. If anyone's been overdone, it's Cinderella. It's been overdone.
Yeah, I can definitely say Cinderella is much more overdone than Snow White.
Cinderella is Disney's favorite.
Yeah.
Well, Cinderella is also what saved their asses back when they first back not long after they started.
Though lately, I think that's been dethroned by Frozen.
Yeah,
Yes.
given the fact how that one's getting a sequel, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I want to go see it.
I'll quickly say the trailers make it look better than the original.
Well, I personally thought the original was good.
Yeah, I thought the
was good,
original
too.
was great. I loved it.
Oh yeah, same here. It's just the only thing I couldn't stand from Frozen is, God damn, do you want to build a fucking snowman?
That was originally cut. Apparently, they almost cut out that song.
I kind of wish they would have, because thing is, when that movie got released back when we were back when all of us were in high school, what happened is in my science class that I had, every goddamn day that I was in that class, Johnny, let's fail, shut the hell up. Every time I would hear that same goddamn song, and every time, and it was okay for the first couple days, but when it went on for a month,
let it go. Let it go.
I can deal with that one. That one I like.
I don't
Nobody's
give a
saying that
shit anymore.
No one gave a shit about that song. All they cared about was freaking "Do you want to build a snowman?" and they wouldn't shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh, I was so pissed off.
But anyway,
I was so pissed.
In terms of like the upcoming live action,
if they
that was
did
pretty much the whole list.
Oh, that was the whole list?
If they did?
Yeah, that was the whole list. It ended with Snow White.
Wow.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it got expanded. Though, weirdly enough, one
Disney.
One they didn't bring up was actually Hercules.
Yeah,
What?
I've heard rumors about that, though. I've heard rumors that they are supposedly wanting to remake Hercules. And if so, please, for the love of God, do it. I am begging you guys, please.
I'm excited for that one, honestly. I think it could really fit with... I think it works well with the live-action format.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Please come
Also, I'll watch it on one condition.
What's that?
They bring back Danny DeVito.
Yes!
Yes.
Yes, 1,000 times yes.
They gotta
Danny
bring back Danny DeVito
please return to reprise your role.
because like
I
not
would
only would he fit, like the voice, he would fit the role, like the appearance too. Like he is a perfect candidate.
Oh yeah. Now it's either they bring back Danny DeVito or they bring the guy who voiced Phil in in the first few Kingdom Hearts games, because he was like dead on to Danny DeVito's voice.
Yeah, that's fair.
If they could do that, then that would be perfect. Either one of those two. I would be happy with both, just as long as he sounds like the original Phil. Now this next, one that I've heard multiple rumors about, but I don't know if it's actually true or not. It's not a live action. It's still an animated one. I've heard multiple rumors that they are releasing, after so long, a sequel to fucking Bug's Life.
Yes. Need a sequel to Bug's Life.
Honestly,
Well,
I don't know, but I know recently, Pixar actually announced.
They freaking teased a sequel to A Bug's Life, only for it to end up being Buzz slamming through them.
I heard in a recent
yeah.
interview that apparently Pixar lately have been trying to like calm down the sequels to focus on more original content.
Wow. Well, sequels still technically could be original content.
Yeah, I meant like less sequels.
Yeah, well, sequels
they
still are
stated
original
in
content.
one
They still got a new
article
storyline.
that we'd see like less numbers in their titles. Pretty much.
Oh man. Well, that still sucks.
Yeah, but like they didn't say they were gonna completely get rid of sequels. They just said they're putting them on hold.
Either way, I still want to see a Bug's Life sequel, because Bug's Life is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah,
It's probably because I can mostly identify as the.
Speaking of which, I still need to see Toy Story 4.
Same.
I feel lucky. I'm the only one who's
Shut
seen
up,
it.
Johnny. Shut up, Johnny.
No spoilers.
None.
None will
But
be
talking
given.
on I will say this though. I will say, from what I've seen in the trailers, the new Bo Peep is a badass.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
And
Spoilers.
okay, before we get to like the upcoming though,
That is all I will say.
the last live action remake I heard, it hasn't been officially confirmed, but apparently they're considering it. Live action Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes! 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 I want to see that!
No.
Hey, I'm going to give these live actions a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest though. Probably this is just me.
Considering originally, since I've never seen like the. All right, I will admit I didn't see the original Nightmare Before Christmas. However, in recent years I have. I'm willing to give the remake a shot.
You have to watch the original first, though. You have to do that.
I've seen the original.
I have seen the original so many times. I own the damn thing on Blu-ray, for crying out loud.
In college, I know someone who's obsessed with it, so it's hard not to hear.
Yeah,
about
well,
it.
me and my girlfriend are both obsessed with it.
Yeah, definitely.
We love Nightmare Before. But then I love Tim Burton's work in general.
Yeah.
Let's see, Corpse Bride, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Alice in Wonderland, Night Before Christmas, Frank and Weenie. One that I think he produced but didn't direct was Coraline, which was really good. In fact, I actually watched that so many times. I watched the thing so many times when I rented it for the library that I was going through the movie myself.
I'm gonna be honest. In terms of like a live action, Nightmare Before Christmas, I think it all depends on the designs.
Yeah.
And like how they execute it.
Yeah, that's how live action's always been on.
Being really good, or just proving that this film shouldn't have been remade in the first place.
So it's either
Especially
going to be
since
it's either gonna be a massive success or a massive flop.
pretty much, cause the original film has such a unique aesthetic that like I think it might be a little difficult to like execute in live action. Like for example, I don't how will it be possible to like have like a person play like I don't know, like Jack Skellington and have him just have his head pop off and just do it to imitate Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's
Without
something
making
that I'm
it
actually
come
kind
off
of.
as unsettling.
Yeah, that's going to be. Well, he's a skeleton. I don't know see how that could be possibly unsettling. He was already a skeleton, so his bones popping out isn't that much of an issue.
Yeah, that's fair. But all
Now,
I'm seeing
I feel
right
like it's
now
gonna be
is
across-
just a photorealistic skeleton with like a tux.
Now, honestly, with me, what I'm picturing, obviously, I can see that, yeah. But I can see it being like a cross. I can see it honestly being a cross of CG and live action with Santa Claus, with Sandy Claus and Sally. That would be easy. Just create makeup, and then have like parts that are just fall off by putting a green screen on the actress's arm, so she can still be live action.
Yeah, definitely.
Dr. Finkelstein. Dr. Finkelstein is probably the only one I'm running. Really honestly the only problem I'm running into. But my theory is that they'll probably just put like a green screen cap over the guy's head that's like hard on top, and they can just pop it up or some shit to reveal his brain.
Yeah, not to mention
Lock, Stock, and Barrel, easy.
Also, the Boogeyman could just be CG.
Yeah, obviously Oogie Boogie is gonna have to be CG. The werewolf,
Yeah, definitely.
CG. Most of those characters are gonna have a lot of those characters are gonna have to be CG, but some of them are gonna be live action, like the elves, Santa Claus, maybe Jack if they can pull it off. Sally,
Yeah.
she could be live action, obviously. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, live action. Mrs. Claus, for the brief time we see her, obviously live action. The reindeer, live action. The real reindeer, live action, but the skeleton ones, those are gonna have to be CG. Duh. Zero. Okay, come on. Do I even really have to say it?
Yeah, due to like most of the characters looking better in like CG or animated. That's
Yeah.
kind of the reason why I'm kind of hesitant on the live action.
I don't blame you.
Because like I think it works just as good as it is. Like for a little bit, they actually considered a sequel. Like for a little bit, they were on and off on either creating a sequel or a live action remake. And I think they decided if they were to consider anything, they decided just to like go with either live action or just plug it, I guess. At least that's what I've been hearing.
I heard about that.
But
I actually heard about that.
I honestly would have preferred a sequel because with a sequel, there's a lot of possibilities for it. Like especially with what's in the other doors. We like what's in the Thanksgiving door, what's in the Easter door, what's in the Valentine's Day door. Like
At that point, that's just Nightmare Before Holidays.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
but that's just like that's more along the lines of just Nightmare Before Holidays. It's not really even just a Nightmare Before Christmas. That's just Nightmare Before Holidays crap.
Yeah, that's fair. But hey, it still has possibilities though.
Oh yeah.
Especially if Tim Burton was still on board. Oh wait. Actually, scratch that. He needs to be on board and work on this.
It was his baby. That was like his baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Tim Burton.
That movie is like his baby.
So
I don't think so. No one would be able to remake that with any justice if Tim Burton wasn't on that crew.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, since this podcast is getting decently long, since we already got most of the live action upcomings and all the live action in general, time to announce our upcoming podcasts. Since for once we actually have something planned.
Yeah, it seems like really doesn't seem like us.
So originally we were gonna do a villainous podcast after this one. What? But we decided to postpone that one and have beforehand do technically just a SpongeBob 20th anniversary type podcast of like all the things we've heard about so far.
Oh yeah.
Like for example, SpongeBob Rehydrated, some news on It's a Wonderful Sponge, and the fact that Snoop Dogg's in it.
I'm still having a hard time getting adjusted to that.
And, there's the spin-off they're making based off of the film. And I'm not sure what we're gonna do. We're either gonna review all 3 TV movies, or just skip to the big gun and just talk about SpongeBob's birthday blowout.
I say honestly, we just talk about the blowout because if they're just doing this all throughout this year, then they're just gonna keep pushing out TV movies out the ass, just like boom, 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 boom.
Actually, this is the only TV movie they announced so far, this year.
Like I said, you just proved my point so far.
Yeah, that's fair, but
it's an anniversary celebration. It's an anniversary celebration. You find me one of those that doesn't end up releasing 5 or 6 in the same year.
Indeed.
Oh, 5 or 6 TV movies for the 20th.
Pretty much, yeah, and for a big celebration, especially this time of year.
Yeah, but to be fair though, for the 10th anniversary, they only did 1 TV movie. Even though they could have milked the ever-loving shit out of it. They just made a bunch of 22-minute specials.
Yeah,
fair enough.
To lead up to the TV movie, I guess. The one thing I'm disappointed with the birthday blowout is there's no Burger King toys. I miss it when they had Burger King toys and games.
Well, keep an eye. I would say keep an eye out on everything. Keep an eye out on Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, Hardee's, Carl's Jr. Just keep an eye on all of them.
Well, I know there's I know for a little bit SpongeBob did have a partnership with Sonic.
Yep. Again, like I said, you're proving my point. You are proving my point right there.
I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, as cool as it is to have those types of toys, they were kind of cheaply made.
Well, what do you expect? They're fast food toys. They're not toys that are being sold in Walmart or something.
But the Burger King toys had a pretty decent amount of quality.
All out this.
They had a good structure. They had cool little gimmicks. I remember there was this one line
the Pets of the West toys from Burger King when that special came out.
Yeah, those were pretty good. But I'm sure they're cheaply made. But with Sonic's toys, I don't know, all of them seem to be made out of a cheap plastic, and none of the mechanics really work on it. For example, there's this one where SpongeBob is meant to have his eyes move by pushing his hands. It just looks awkward and uncomfortable.
Again, what do you expect?
Yeah.
But let's face it, that's one thing that SpongeBob toys never fail to do, never fail on, and that's just being, weird.
Yeah, they're definitely weird. Remember the SpongeBob rectal thermometer?
No.
That was a thing. That existed.
I don't even want to know.
Ditto.
Why?
I don't know.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know. Because that's the first thing we think about when it comes to SpongeBob.
That's a thing to think about when you think about SpongeBob.
I want
By
to
that
know
logic, why not make SpongeBob tampons? Or SpongeBob Trojan condoms?
Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God.
Hey, they already have shot glasses. It's not out of the norm.
But those are shot glasses, dude.
shot glasses, not
They're collectible. People collect those things for a living, for Christ's sake. Why would you remotely suggest those ideas? Jesus Christ.
My God.
You are a horrible, horrible human being.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure to have such an honor.
That wasn't a compliment.
Oh, wait, I got something worse.
Oh God, no. No.
Sponge out of water body pillows.
Wait, what?
Oh fuck no! No!
Just imagine
no!
like Invincible.
And Johnny, if you didn't hear what he said sponge out of water body pillows.
Like you know how they're like all beefed up and like muscular? Just imagine them on a body pillow. Just like, you know, Invincible just sitting there and Plankton.
Okay, now that one I can see.
It doesn't mean I want it to happen. Holy Christ.
I don't want it to happen either. Trust me.
Oh god, I'm probably gonna regret doing this, but
yeah.
I'm probably most likely gonna regret doing this.
What?
Sponge out.
Wait, you're looking at sponge out of water body pillows, aren't you?
I'm most likely going to regret doing this.
Hold on, I'm looking it up too. No one can see this.
Oh god.
Yeah, they exist. They exist. Did someone
I don't have any options.
Someone actually made
just body pillows.
Someone actually made an Invincible body pillow. They made it. It
Okay,
exists.
you know what? Send it in the group chat. Let's see this damn thing.
Okay, after the chat.
The Discord or
found
the...
a design. Found a design.
Well, I won't give them credit. Invincible is a smexy beast.
Wait, is this body pillow design? Does it look like it's hand drawn?
Yeah, it's hand drawn. It looks like it.
Yep. Okay, then we're most likely looking at the same one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Is it has a link from DeviantArt?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Okay. Yep. I found the same one.
Yeah, you have no idea how much Invincible's loved on DeviantArt. There was like countless OCs like being paired with Invincible.
Oh.
Okay, before things get too like out of hand,
weird.
Yeah, those are pretty much like the upcomings we have. If you guys have any other suggestions on like what we can do for upcoming podcasts and all that jazz, just I guess leave your thoughts in the comments. And I'm hoping this podcast is much better than the last Sonic one.
Indeed.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So, you know, like, comment, subscribe, check out my Redbubble. I need cash. Hashtag shameless plug. I beat you to it, Alpha Prime.
And don't forget to check out both of our channels. And although I'll be honest,
definitely
you're probably gonna find much on mine.
Like, yeah, check out Alpha Prime. Check out Let's Fail. Check out all of our works. Check out our like sexy content.
You know what? At this point, I don't actually have any work. Dang it.
Well, make some. Make some while you're fired. I don't even know.
I gotta make some of my own too.
I don't even know what I was trying to imitate there, but
Make some, or you're fired.
Dude. Oh yeah, the Dr. Seuss one. Oh, I got an idea. I could just give you just the Pop Team epic dubs that we did, that you did, that one Pop
You
Team
guys
epic.
did not seriously just reference that Dr. Seuss movie.
Yes, we did. We did. No one can stop us. We're too powerful. We have the very powerful.
You guys are assholes.
Okay. Anyway, while Alpha Prime cries in our grave, it cries in pity, eats a mochi, watch cartoons, and drinks a boba. Hasta la vista. I guess you guys can say your outro catchphrases.
Catch you guys
Well.
next time.
Well, it's been fun. I'll be around again to fail again.